Top Cat begins, the gritty reboot everybody asked for, with the origin story everybody also asked for, starring Christian Bale as Top Cat.
That's no moon.
So for each film we review, we'll be using a randomizer, and whoever's name comes up is the person who will be talking about the plot of today's film. So today, we have...
Kieran.
Me. Well, Top Cat Begins is the story of everyone's favourite feline wearing a hat, Top Cat. Now,
Oh yeah!
well, what do we have? We have a story that's all over the place, starting off with a weird Reservoir Dogs sequence, which I didn't understand to begin with. It was bizarre from the start, because what kid knows what Reservoir Dogs is? I think this is a kid's film, I'm not entirely sure. And then we get like a weird origin story from the beginning, where we're told how Top Cat gets his hat because he saw Benny on the street and he's like, here's a hat. And then Top Cat does some things and he becomes Top Cat that we know now, and he gets his cool bin that he lives in.
In other words, it's the worst movie I've ever seen.
It's probably one of the worst animated films of all time. It's probably up there with Food Fight. Dale, what do you think?
I think that, yeah, it was a French animated movie. I'm actually looking up the cast of it right now.
Yeah, I mean, with a name like Top Cat Begins, you would think Christian Bale, Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine. No, I don't know who was in it.
I think the cast of a similar movie named Batman Begins.
Well, the cast are just a bunch of unknowns.
I mean, we have Top Cat pretty much sounding, I don't know, sort of like a posh hillbilly. Yeah, we have Officer Dibble, who just annoyed the crap out of me the whole time.
There's just this annoying clusterfuck of different songs thrown together. It's the most random choice.
I love All About That Bass by Meghan Trainor.
The soundtrack of this film is probably the worst. And we had Zootopia come out earlier this year, and the furry community were all over it. There's a character in this film, and I think she's a cat. She has like these massive tits that bounce around when she's singing Meghan Trainor songs. I don't know if Meghan Trainor did the voice, but I doubt it.
I doubt she'd be. If she didn't, I doubt she'd be happy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how they got the rights to use that song. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they just snuck it in, because nobody's seen this film anyway.
We were the only ones in there.
We were.
When we went to see it, we were the only ones.
I felt kind of like bad giving him my ticket. Like, Christ, I'm actually doing this.
Well, yeah.
Speaking of which, I have the cast up here.
Okay.
So David Hoffman is like the first credited, and he plays Granny Dibble, Counterperson, Statue.
Granny Dibble was the best character.
Granny Dibble was the best part of this film.
Doubt.
It was like another film we saw a couple of days later, which we're going to talk about next, where there was one character in the film where it was just, they were so crap, but they were the best part of the film by far.
Yeah.
I think these guys know who I'm talking about. But Granny Dibble, it was just such a bizarre sequence. I mean, it started off with her, and she had like two different voices, I think.
If she started off as a nice, kind granny, but then turned into some war veteran commando.
In a tank, she has a tank.
Yeah, she's got a tank.
Basically, she kills a dog with a tank in this film.
A bunch of dogs. She kills a dog, a cat, and a little midget human.
Yeah, she kills. Well, I don't think they actually die, but she shoots them with a tank. So she basically she performed murder on a dog and a midget. So that's what you're getting into with the best character in this film.
Yeah, and when that's the only good part of the film, you know that it's not worth seeing. It's just crap.
I mean, honestly, I don't know a single person other than myself who's seen it. The film, us seeing the film started off as a joke as well. Like I think Dale mentioned it. He was like, "We should go see Top Cat Begins."
Don't pin this on me.
And
you went and saw it.
I said yes because I thought it was a joke. Turns out, next day he messages, "What time shall we go?" Really? Like, come on. I mean.
I'm trying to find the box office for this movie just to see how much.
There probably isn't. How much? Oh no, we got it for free. So
yeah. We used our unlimited card.
They're in the negatives.
Well, I think when we went,
they have to pay us.
I think Dale said like there were seats actually booked out for this film. There were seats
booked in the screen,
and it's like we got there and people probably just walked in and they probably saw the screen and are like, no, screw that, and just snuck into X-Men or something.
They probably realised what they were doing and thought, no, but we had to do it.
We had to for you guys.
The review.
Yes.
We care about
for the literal couple of people watching it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was excited for Top Cat's origin, obviously, but I mean, this is the most important part.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any reviews of this movie on YouTube, so we could capitalise on a subject or whatever.
Yeah.
We'd probably be the only reviewers to ever review it.
I mean, to be fair, in this review, we could literally just talk about, you know, the Euros or something. Not that any of us give a crap, but if we were talking about that, it'd probably be more interesting than talking about Top Cat.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I've seen better animated cartoons on TV.
Robinson Crusoe. Did you know there's a cartoon called Uncle Grandpa, which I haven't watched it, but
I've seen
just about.
I can confirm I have seen Uncle Grandpa, and I prefer that to this film. It sounds
like some kind of incestuous shit right there.
It's probably the worst cartoon show I've ever seen, but I would watch like 60 episodes then watch this again, because the film was fun to watch at the time, but thinking back, it was just depressing to go into. I mean, references to Tarantino and Scorsese to begin with,
and Psycho,
and Psycho.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hitchcock.
if you're gonna try to appeal to the adults in the film, like the film was made and it was like you watch it and you're like, this is 100% for kids, but then they put those little references in there, and like, if you're gonna make a film where you can reference adult things, at least make the film more for the older audiences as well, rather than what you gave us.
Yeah.
I mean, because who in the right mind would actually enjoy watching this just for those? I mean, you know, it was something else.
My favourite character was the dumb guy named Brain.
Brain, right here.
Brain is how you.
It's funny because one of the characters calls him Brainless.
Oh.
And that was probably that's the level of jokes we're getting.
Should we talk about our favourite lines? Because there was a line said by Benny the Bull, in which he says,
"Why do you call me Benny the Ball? Is it because I'm fat like a ball?"
Yeah.
It's just such a. I thought we had a cat for 6 months, but it turns out it was just me.
Yeah. It's just such a poor attempt at humour. It's
this
ridiculous.
character,
somebody
Spook,
sat down to write that.
He was in it for about 3 minutes.
He was the surfer dude.
He was the cool surfer dude.
The biker.
He was. This one, he was the fancy romance dude.
Fancy, because he needs 2 fancies in his name. He's a
we are missing the big scene that we haven't discussed.
What's that?
The quite
insane, I know what you're talking about.
Inappropriate scene.
It involves the booby cat, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
This one involves
it's ridiculous.
I'll let Tom explain that one to you guys.
Well, we have Benny the cat infiltrating a club where this fat female cat sings, and he sneaks into the dressing room where she starts to strip. You don't see anything graphic. You don't see anything graphic, but Benny stands there with a look of shock while all this underwear is being thrown over his face. It's quite extreme for a kid's film.
So dramatic. Look of shock. The look of shock on my face was probably mirroring Benny.
Yeah, I think we just looked at each other like.
Yeah, I mean, for most of the film, I mean, we watched this whole film. I think like that. I think for most of the film, we were just sort of sitting there looking at each other like, why are we
How
here?
did this get
we could be at home watching, you know, Netflix and not having to worry about this shit. But
I mean, if you watch the trailer, like, you know what you're getting into. It's one of the worst trailers.
I think this is a prequel to another Top Cat film that came out a few years ago.
When I was looking around,
nobody saw.
There was one in 2011.
So yeah, I don't know why they bothered making this, because nobody even saw the first Top Cat movie.
Yeah, I remember seeing it advertised. I never went there.
Yeah,
I don't even remember seeing the advertisement.
Basically, what I got out of Top Cat Begins was that it was a waste of money on both people going to see it and the film studio. And that they tried to cash in by using a name from a popular superhero movie to draw people in, and that also didn't work. Yeah. And that a film with 2 comic relief characters is just it doesn't work.
And the comedy is like, I thought we had a pet, but I was the pet. I was feeding myself and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
and that's
stupid.
I mean,
a commentary on why
I don't even think kids would like this film.
It's like, there's another scene, like, bearing in mind this is a kids' film, where Top Cat, he sort of looks at the villain and starts swearing, but they censor out all of the swearing, and it's basically what you'd get if you censored Dale playing Xbox. And it was just
it's the longest one. So how many?
The way that scene happens, was just my feeling throughout the whole film. So that's basically it.
Also,
that's
they're
all I
probably
have
going to be
say.
sued by Disney because Mr. Big was the villain. And
how many films? How many
Zootopia.
films come out where the villain's name is Mr. Big?
But this one lost, like in Zootopia or whatever it was called. It was funny because he was small.
Yeah,
He's
so
a little rat. And this one, he's a freaking alligator.
I mean, I know it's based on the cartoon and everything, but in this film, it just wasn't very funny.
How are the police struggling to bring in this alligator? It's not like he's hard to find.
Yeah, I mean, just
They
sort
have
of,
guns to shoot the.
Well, yeah, just
Christ
sort of.
alive.
Yeah, I'd never. I mean, it's one of those films you'd
Get an
never see
alligator
again.
trap.
There's just no point in ever watching it because you don't get any pleasure from viewing it. It's just shit.
So yeah, here's the lowdown.
There's nothing else to say about it.
If you're a fan of movies, if you're a fan of animation, if you're a Top Cat fan, don't see this.
Go and see Robinson Crusoe.
Go and see that. I mean,
Go and buy Zootropolis
I haven't even
on
seen
Blu-ray.
that, but I could probably guarantee it might be slightly
Buy
better.
Zootropolis on Blu-ray twice just to kick this film in the nuts.
Do that.
Maybe,
I mean,
maybe like if you see this Blu-ray in the store, rub it on your ass.
at least the
No one's gonna
scenes.
buy it anyway, so.
At least the scenes in Zootopia involve.
If someone in the store comes up to you and asks what you're doing, just show them the DVD, and they'll probably join you. They'll probably rub it on their ass as well.
Yeah.
It's Top Cat begins. Christ alive.
at least with Zootopia, they didn't know they were appealing to furries.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Booby Cat.
Just let's just say.
I love Booby Cat.
Don't see this film. If you like this video, subscribe, and get hashtag BoobyCat trending on Twitter. Thank you, and goodbye.
It's a space station.